Welcome to Secular ACA. I'm Bill. In the last few videos, we've seen that the process of recovery has common elements for both traditional and secular ACA. For both, recovery is achieved through reparenting. Reparenting consists in replacing your critical parent with your loving or caring parent. Unlike traditional ACA, secular ACA recognizes that recovery is fully possible without any appeals to the G word or any sort of higher power. For secular ACA, recovery comes as a result of doing what is necessary to release your own natural healing power. Natural selection seems to have favored those organisms with the power to heal their wounds or to recover from sickness so that they can become healthy again and help to continue their species. In both secular and traditional ACA, each person must find his or her own way of reparenting for recovery. Studying the relevant literature, perhaps in groups, talking with fellow travelers and participating in meetings can provide support and some guidance, but no one can know exactly what steps another person must take for recovery. Each journey is unique because each person is unique. In both secular and traditional ACA, one sign of recovery is that you start to see the ill effects of your childhood trauma fall away as you successfully work the program. For me, such unwanted traits as anger, pain, unwarranted self-criticism, and self-sabotage simply vaporized in the sunlight of reparenting. As the traditional ACA literature says, another sign that recovery is happening is that you begin to feel a sense of wholeness that you never knew was possible. An open question for both secular and traditional ACA is as to how much wholeness a person can feel. Is there any limit? I see this as a matter for further research. Something that I've noticed only after I was well into my recovery is that there are a couple of other nice feelings that started to come up besides wholeness. I call these the feelings of belonging and of oneness. I'll explain more about these feelings in this video. For me, the feelings of wholeness, belonging, and oneness are relational feelings. That is, the feelings of me in relation to myself, me in relation to my species, and me in relation to my natural environment. As I suggested in prior videos, wholeness is a feeling I get as I improve my relationship with myself. It comes as the result of reparenting my once broken self. As I've developed a more integrated, self-aware, and self-accepting relationship with myself, I feel increasingly whole. Another feeling that's been coming up for me since I started my recovery is that I increasingly feel that I am a member of the human species. While I feel that I belong to the human group, I'm also amazed at the uniqueness of each person, including myself. I also see each person as having a special value. For example, an art collector might see a painting or a vase as a rare and unique object. Such an object would be too precious to use for some practical purpose. No art collector would use a 500-year-old vase from the Ming Dynasty in China as a flower pot in the living room or front porch, nor would he or she use an original painting by Van Gogh, for example, as a dartboard in their basement. But of course, people are not objects or things, like vases or statues. In the course of my recovery, I've come to regard each individual person as more precious and deserving of more respect and admiration than any mere object or thing. Because of these values, I've come to resent language that dehumanizes other people, like the language my parents sometimes used against me. I also reject characterizing a unique person as merely the member of some category, whether it's racial, gender, or geographic. Well, every person is a member of some anthropological, sociological, geographic, economic, or other group or category. These are all secondary considerations. Primarily, I see each person as a unique individual first. As a result of these changes in my value system, my self-respect has increased. Of course, I didn't always feel that people are precious. In the past, when I was engaging in acting out my anger and pain, other people were just objects to me. I didn't care about their well-being, and I believed that they didn't care about mine. This was especially true when I invaded Skid Row with my fellow delinquent teens. Now, I cringe when I see any person treated as a thing. While my critical parent was in charge of my thoughts and feelings, I didn't feel much unity or affinity with other human beings. It was more like me against them. But now, caring about the welfare of humanity seems to go along with my feeling of belonging to humanity. As a member of the human species, I care about my species and its survival. I worry, for example, that the next war might result in the use of nuclear weapons and the whole world destroyed. I want peace and prosperity for everybody. My new value system feels natural to me. These values don't feel like just one set of ideas among many. These values feel like my true self. From the point of view of evolutionary psychology, it may be that over the long span of evolution, natural selection favored individuals who naturally cared about the welfare of their fellow human beings. That caring might be one reason why our species was able to survive in the jungles and caves many thousands of years ago. The species survived because people supported one another and worked together for their common welfare. So the propensity to care about the welfare of other humans may be in our genes. If that's true, then recovery has enabled me to get in touch with my natural set of values. Relying on science, secular ACA recognizes as a matter of empirical fact that each person is a part of something much greater than him or her. I'm a member of my species. I live a brief life compared to the long span of time in which humans have evolved. This evolution took place in the environment of nature, much greater than me. During my recovery, I've increasingly felt a sense of oneness in my relation to nature or the world around me. For me, oneness is the feeling of my whole body being an intricate part of the atmosphere and natural conditions around me. I walk through the air and in the sunlight. I've also come to care more about my natural environment than I did in the past. In part, I care more because me and my species need to survive. It's our home. But I'm also beginning to see the world around me as a unique and beautiful place, too precious to exploit and destroy. I feel a growing appreciation for life itself. ACA, like nature, is bigger than any person in it. I don't think I would have achieved the recovery I now have if the ACA teachings and meetings hadn't been there to offer me support and guidance. In conclusion, I hope viewers of these videos will leave comments, questions, objections, or whatever they want to say in the comment section. Send me an email if you want to remain anonymous. In future videos, I'll address the concerns raised in the comments, and I'll have more to say about the principles of secular ACA. Oh, I always forget to ask you to hit the like button and subscribe. When the algorithm sees that, it'll show secular ACA to more YouTube users. For now, I'll close with the secular ACA Serenity affirmation. Today, I seek the serenity to accept people I cannot change, the courage to change the one I can, and the wisdom to know that one is me. Keep coming back. It works if you work it, and you're worth it.